Now, I just want to mention a couple of things that I think are going on. First of all, they're killing everyone, and it doesn't matter who you are. They're between these spraying the chemtrails in the sky, and that's what I'm going to call them. I'm not going to call it geoengineering. That's not what it is. It's chemtrails. So they're doing the chemtrails in the sky. They're poisoning your food. They're poisoning your water. They're poisoning your medications. They're not curing anything. They're thinning the herd. They're lying to you about the world population. It's half of what they say, or less than half of what they say. They're made up numbers. They're lying. The shots hurt a lot more people than they said, and it's coming out now that it was specifically a bioweapon designed to. See, they couldn't send out a call it a vaccine and give it to everybody, and everybody start dying in 2 weeks, then it would be found out, right? So they had to kind of do it in layers, and in different areas. So some people died right away in a couple of months. Some people died in 6 months. Some in 2 years. Some in 5 years. And they put out different lots. And then they had, of course, different variants, which never happened before like that. And they did that. So just, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see what they did. They just were trying to make it look like it was natural. But obviously it wasn't. It never happened before. So then, on top of all of that, I'm going to talk about Jewish thing a little bit, Zionists specifically, and how they brainwashed all the Jewish people. They put the Jewish people in Israel for purpose. The purpose is to use them as cannon fodder. They want the Jews and the Arabs to kill each other off, or the Muslims. They're telling them that they're going to control the Greater Israel plan. That's not the plan. The Greater Israel plan, that's the area they want to nuke and destroy. They want to erase God from the face of the earth, anywhere where his prophets went, because they hate God. So your leaders, they spent 130 years brainwashing you into believing this theology that's incorrect. They took Judaism, which most Jews in the beginning rejected Zionism, almost all of them, but they kept offering you so much money from the Rothschilds, the Frankists. They're demons, they're demonic, they're satanic. They're Rothschilds. Whether you believe me or not, I don't really care. They can come sue me. They can take my '05 Malibu away if they want. Listen, you are cannon fodder. You've been brainwashed. If you think that God told anywhere in Torah to go around and take the land and kill people and take their land and burn them and your superior people, you're wrong. He called you his people because he's leading you, but you didn't listen to him. You were disobedient, idol worship, and a lot of complaining and other stuff like that. It's all in the Bible. You can read it. As far as the temples, Herod built the third temple. You already had your third temple. Was the first temple was destroyed, and King's I keep thinking his name Cyrus built the second temple, and then King Herod decided to build a third temple, but he left the second temple up, only took parts of it away that were in his way as he was building the third temple, because he needed a temple for your rituals, because it took like 40 years to build the third temple. So he had to leave part of it there while he built the third temple. He finished the temple. He took every stone from the second temple away. Gone. That's not called a remodeling. That's called building a new temple and tearing down the old one. Remodeling is when you fix up the one that's there. A lot of old Catholic churches or cathedrals are remodeled. They didn't take the original structure down. So if you want to believe that that's remodeling, okay. The problem you have with the third temple is obviously the prophecy is the Messiah is coming with the third temple. That's a problem, because Jesus came in the third temple and he said he was Messiah, and he fits the description both in Isaiah, exact description, and in Psalms of David. So you can read it yourself, or they don't really let you read those verses of Isaiah with the hands pierced and whatnot. And just because he didn't do what the rabbis wanted him to do, which was like kick the Romans out, no, God already had a plan. God is different than you and people are. God knew what you were going to do. That's why he scattered you. And it says that he will bring you back when the Messiah comes. He will gather his people from the four corners of the earth and bring them back. So he didn't come. So that doesn't mean that you can take the Satanist money, the Rothschilds, the Frankists, who call themselves Jews, but they don't. They're not Jews. I don't know what they are. If you want to call them Jew by nationality, because then you want to play that game, they're satanic people. They have the satanic parties. You can look up some of their stuff online, and you can see who they were associated with. Epstein worked directly for the Rothschilds. So just with the pedophilia, we don't want to talk about all the human trafficking and where all those kids went to. So if you believe that that's what God told you to do, there's something wrong with you, go put yourself in a mental institution. You've been brainwashed, programmed. That's why they isolated you from most of the other world and told everybody it was your enemy. Listen, no one hates anyone for no reason. I have a neighbor who moves next door to me. He's nice. He says hello. He could be Islamic or whatever. I say hi. We get along fine. We don't get in each other's business, right? I have another neighbor who moves in, and this other neighbor stealing my tools out of my garage and taking stuff out of my yard and stealing it. I get in an argument with the guy, like, hey, get the hell, stop stealing my stuff. Give my stuff back, stop taking it or whatever. And I ignore that guy. He goes around the whole neighborhood and tells everybody, you're stealing my stuff. I'm sorry. He goes around and tells the whole neighborhood, that guy over there, he's no good. He's always picking on me. He's picking on me all the time. He doesn't want to say anything that he's stealing all the stuff. See, if you hurt people, they're not going to like you. If you go along with hurting the people, they're not going to like you. So it's the things that you do that turn people against you. So the world doesn't hate Jews. Nobody cares about if you practice Judaism or not. Honestly, no one cares. No one cares if you want to dress in a special costume that you think is more holy or whatever. Nobody cares. What they care about is when you get treated better than other people, and not by God, but by Rothschilds, like interest-free loans through your rabbis and no usury, but then you charge usury to everyone else. That's going to make people not like you. You're hurting them. You're stealing from them, is what you're doing. That's what usury is, theft. And you know it is. So don't even argue that point with me. And other things that you do, and if you're cheering on starving the people in Gaza, how many people in the world do you think are going to like you for that? Maybe some other Jewish people. So what do you say? You have 18 million in the world, which is a lie, but I'd say there is only 18 million Jewish people in the world. So out of them, 17 million are cheering it on. Yeah, starve every child and shoot them in the head, and have in the prisoners, the soldiers. Good thing IDF go in there and rape the male prisoners, because that's very manly of a soldier to do that. And all his buddies can watch and laugh, or rape a woman and murder her and then put on her clothes. Like, there's something psychologically wrong there. And it's because the brainwashing to be psychopaths is 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 dangerous. It doesn't work right all the time. So when you put these guys back in society, you're going to have a lot of problems. Stop the wars now and get your soldiers help, because they're mentally unstable. They're going to wind up killing you. Just listen. That's all. And Islam is the same problem with the radical Islamics. And nobody's getting to rule the world. God is ruling the world. He sends a Messiah, and the Messiah is going to rule the world. Christians say, is Jesus coming back? You say whoever, we have to watch out for the Antichrist, who will come first. Or we call him the Antichrist, the evil one, because the evil one who's running this world right now, and Israel is making it happen with along with the rich elites. It's the money thing, and money's fake. They print it out of nowhere. They have nothing to back that money up. So I don't, you know what? I don't really want to talk too much longer, but I want peace in the world. Jesus taught us to love one another, because I'm a Christian, as he has loved us. So if you follow the ways of Jesus, he loved us so much, even to death, that he accepted death freely. He didn't even really defend himself. He had no sin. He wasn't robbing people. He wasn't taking their land. He didn't come back to do all of that. He didn't come here to do that. He came to show you the way because you keep not listening. You keep killing the prophets. You kept doing, and he tells you. But you're not allowed to really look at Christianity. A lot of people don't. And even the Protestants, they have the most shallow faith ever with that. Oh, Jesus Christ is my savior. I'm going to heaven. Whew, that is really kind of sad. That's really shallow. Just love one another. See, if I give somebody love, if I help them all the time, they're going to be grateful to me, and they're going to help me and repay, or do good things for me, or speak highly of me, or whatever it is that they can do that's good. If I keep hurting that person and complaining about them, or taking their stuff, or cheering on their death of their families, they're going to hate you. Live by the sword, die by the sword. It's really that simple. So God bless everyone. I just, I don't want to know if I want to say this. Okay. Their plan is to destroy all of the Middle East with nukes. And right now, it's this way: Israel and the elites are pushing Trump to, to let him have a false flag in the United States, which would kill up to 50,000 people, which will give him the right to nuke Iran, because they're going to blame it on Iran, but it's not going to be Iran. But Trump is hesitant on doing that. Doesn't really want to kill 50,000 Americans, up to 50,000 Americans. So Netanyahu, if he's alive or dead, but the people there behind him will say, well, then we'll eliminate Trump and we'll do it ourselves. And that's just going to bring retaliation, and no more Israel, no more Middle East, or everywhere God walked is gone. Or everyone where his prophets were, where Moses was, all gone. That's their goal, so that they can get people blaming everything on religion. All these wars because of religion, and they'll create a new religion. Won't call it a religion. Call it like the congregation of the people, and promises of the devil. You can manifest whatever you want and do as thou wilt, kind of thing. And they'll make up laws, and they'll have you put chips in your head if you're still alive after everything happens, which won't be many. And they'll be making test tube babies and genetically modifying them. They're going to make food shortages, the gas. Listen, that's what the oil thing is about. It's not about Iran was going to build a nuke. They've been saying that for 30 freaking years. It's about stopping all the oil flow in the world, so that the trucks can't transport food and medicines, and the ships can't do, and the planes can't fly. That's what it is for, to create civil unrest. If you can't see it coming, I can't help you with that. They want everyone fighting with each other, and they want you to blame religion for all the wars, even though they manipulated all the religions. So they didn't mean to leave Christianity out of there. The Catholic Church and the Vatican itself is compromised, just like Zionism compromised Judaism, except for you have a lot of followers, and the ones who don't believe what they're believing are not standing up. And it's the same thing with the Catholics, and of course all the Protestant Christian faiths and Islam, not standing up to the radicals. They're being paid big money, and promises of power and wealth to lie to you. How do you think some posts on X get 300, 400,000 impressions, and posts like mine get 12? Really? Am I that really off? Prove me wrong. Prove me they didn't build the fourth. You're not building the fourth temple. That you didn't already build three temples. Because that just means Jesus was Messiah. If it was the third temple, so you can't admit that. So they're going to tell you that, say it's a remodeling. It's not a remodeling. He built a completely new temple. Everything is a lie. Even a lot of things in Christianity are lies too. I'm not going to point any specific things out right now, but we have compromised popes since 1959. They've all been compromised. They changed the liturgy, they changed everything. They had the priest turn their back to the altar on the Catholic side. They gave less reference to the Eucharist. Okay, I'm done. I spoke for 15 minutes, and I'm sure no one really cares about anything I have to say, but God bless everyone. I pray for the world. I pray for you if you're listening to this. Drop me a note if you need prayers, and I'll pray for you. I'm a third order lay Carmelite in the Catholic faith, and I pray for people all the time. I don't mind. I'm retired. So if you need any prayers, let me know. I want the world to stop fighting with each other, and I want peace in the world and everyone to love one another. That's our only answer in survival, is to get the evil people and the elites out of power and to replace it with love, giving. They tell people when they call a suicide line, when people are suicidal, they say, go help somebody, it'll make you feel better. That's the advice, some of the advice that they give you, because it will. If you're helping people, you'll have less anger. You'll be more loving. When you see the appreciation on their face that you helped them or you made them happy, it can be anything. It can be little things. Let them go in front of you on the street corner. Let the car pass you. Don't try and say, "Hey, I got him in a hurry. I'm going first." Or just a smile, or have yourself a wonderful day, or how are you today? And just little things, you know. There's a luncheonette nearby me in town here, and he has a bulletin board up, and people buy, um, put a $10 ticket up on the wall. They buy a lunch for whoever comes in and doesn't have money, and they put it up on the wall. And so then on the billboard, on the bulletin board. So there's like 20 tags up there, people doing that. They don't know who's going to get the food, who comes in there and says, I have no money, I need something to eat. That's what you're supposed to do, those things. I praised him for that. He's been doing it like 8 years. I mean, and he said, yeah, a lady came in today and she put two up there, and she used one the week before because she was short. Her check didn't come in yet, and she didn't have anything to really eat. So, you know what? Help people. Don't listen to the dystopian movies also that have been brainwashing us into when everything goes crazy, you have to kill people and steal their food. No, we have to get together as as a people and help each other and recreate everything. And if you're a soldier or whatever, I told you, do not follow those immoral orders. Don't kill civilians that are starving. Help find them food. And don't fall for the Christian, Islam, Jewish fighting with each other. We're all people of God. God bless everyone. Take care.